As a probe into Delhi blast intensifies, investigators have now revealed that the bomb was likely assembled inside Omar Nabi's I-20, the car that exploded on the 10th of November. CCTV visuals show him spending nearly 3 hours inside the Red Fort parking lot. This happened on the 10th of November. Critically, there's no timer or detonator fragments that have been recovered from the site so far. And a new CCTV visual has also surfaced in which the terror accused Omar Nabi can be spotted. Interestingly, 2 mobile phones can be seen in his hand, which has also raised a question as to what was he doing with these phones, where are these phones now, was it with him when the blast happened, or has it been handed over to somebody else before the blast? And according to sources, forensic teams have not been able to recover any phone from the blast site that belongs to Omar. My colleague Akil spoke to a shopkeeper of a shop near the Red Fort area where Omar was spotted just a few days before the blast. Let's listen into that conversation.
इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं फरीदाबाद के एक दुकान के पास जहां पर उमर पहुंचा और दुकान के जो मालिक हैं वो अभी अपनी शनाख्त बताने से बच रहे हैं सिक्योरिटी कारणों से। अच्छा, मुझे ये बताइए, 30 अक्टूबर को आपके पास वो शख्स आता है, उमर नाम का टेररिस्ट आता है, क्या कहा आपसे?
मेरे पास वो अकेला नहीं आता, उसके साथ एक व्यक्ति था जिसको मैं जानता था। वो पास ही के गाँव का रहने वाला था और वो उसी के साथ आता है मेरी दुकान पर और बैठ जाता है और उसके बाद वो अपने बैग से एक फ़ोन निकालता है।
वो पहली बार आपके दुकान पे आया था या पहले भी कई बार आ चुका?
नहीं, वो पहली बार आया था।
जो उसके साथ दूसरा व्यक्ति था वो पहले आ चुका था आपके दुकान?
हाँ, वो पास ही के गांव का रहने वाला था जिसको मैं जानता था।
वो उसको कैसे जानता था? दोनों की दोस्ती?
वो उसकी दवा चल रही थी अल्फला हॉस्पिटल से और उसने कोई दवा वगैरह लिखवाई थी। उसके पास पर्चा भी था अल्फला हॉस्पिटल का, तो इस वजह से वो उसको अपने साथ लेके आया था कि दवा वगैरह मेरे को बता देगा ये।
जब वो आपके पास आया, क्या बोला उसने आपसे? दुकान पे मोबाइल निकाल कर दिया, क्या बोला?
नहीं, उस डॉक्टर है जो, उससे मेरी कोई बात नहीं हुई। वो बस बैठ गया था, जो पास में जो व्यक्ति था उससे मेरी बात हुई थी। वो दवा वगैरह के लिए पूछ रहा था उससे। तो कुछ देर बाद बैठने के बाद उसने अपने बैग से एक फ़ोन निकाला जो कि स्विच ऑफ था। उसने चार्जिंग के लिए मेरी दुकान में लगा दिया था। उसके बाद फिर वो चला गया।
कितनी दूर रुका लगभग?
10 से 15-20 मिनट के आसपास रुका।
उसकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज देखी थी, क्या डरा हुआ था, सहमा हुआ था?
वो घबराया हुआ सा था और एकदम शांत था। वो लगातार अपने फ़ोन में देख रहा था, शायद कॉल्स वगैरह कुछ ऐसा कर रहा था।
पुलिस ने आपके डीवीआर कलेक्ट कर ली होगी, सीसीटीवी?
हाँ, वो सीसीटीवी फुटेज वगैरह जो सारी जानकारी थी वो पुलिस के पास है। वो लेके चली गई है।
आपको कब पता चला कि उस शख्स का जो इन्वॉल्वमेंट है वो उस ब्लास्ट से?
मुझे न्यूज़ के बाद, जो इंसिडेंट हुआ था, ब्लास्ट हुआ था, उसके बाद न्यूज़ चली थी, उसमें पता चला उसके बाद कि ऐसे
वीडियो जर्नलिस्ट धर्मेंद्र के साथ आकिल, NDTV।
Meanwhile, J&K police is preparing to issue a red corner notice against Dr. Muzaffar, who's a brother of accused Adil in the Delhi terror blast case. Cops believe that he has fled to Afghanistan. Now, why is Dr. Muzaffar important to this case? Cops believe that he has served as a key link between the Jaish-e-Mohammed module in India and also the Pakistan handlers who were in touch with the doctors. In fact, sources have also told NDTV that Dr. Muzaffar traveled to Turkey in 2022. He met the handlers there, and they've also said that they believe that the entire plan for the Delhi blast was hatched, planned and controlled from Turkey. Now, in the latest that we know with regard to the Delhi blast that took place on the 10th of November, 22 doctors are under radar. In fact, they are on the radar. They are under scrutiny of investigating agencies. An MBBS student of the Al Falah University that's become the epicenter of terror suspects has now been arrested by the National Investigation Agency. Remember, the MHA handed over probe of Delhi terror blast to the NIA recently. And this student hails from West Bengal's Uttar Dinajpur district, and he is under scrutiny now for his alleged link to terror outfits. And also he is known to have associations with some of the doctors who are already in the custody of investigating agencies. Now, 2 FIRs have also been filed by Delhi police against Al Falah University, and these are on basis of action that have been taken against the university by the UGC, the University Grants Commission, and the NAAC. FIR has also been filed on the action that has been initiated by other investigating agencies under sections of forgery and also cheating. A team from Delhi police raided the Al Falah University in Okhla today, and they probed financial irregularities and probability of foreign funding being misused. NDTV gets the closest access to Al Falah campus, which has been in some ways touted as the terror den in connection with the Delhi blast. Take a look at this special report that has been sent by my colleague Tejshri.
Al Falah University is the terror den, and today we are going to show you that how the university looks from inside. We will be taking an aerial view of the Al Falah University and especially the entire area where Dr. Mujammil, Dr. Umar and also in fact Dr. Shaheen used to stay. And now we will be just in few minutes getting an aerial view so as to how this entire university looks from inside. In the pictures you can see that these are the pictures of Al Falah University, Al Falah Hospital, because room number 13 plays a very important role over here. Room number 13 was the same room where the entire plot to how to carry out the terror attack was decided over here only. Apart from that, the explosive, if we talk about, then the explosives also were allegedly retrieved or in fact taken from the hospital, from the laboratory itself. And the car of Dr. Shaheen was also parked here, the Breeza car. So these are all the visuals that we are giving you, the top the aerial visuals. And now in fact we'll try to zoom in and show that where the hospital is, how the emergency area looks like, because now the financial frauds, the financial irregularities also of this hospital are under scanner. They will also be probed by EOW and the enforcement directorate as well. Apart from that, back-to-back investigation teams are inside the hospital probing the entire case. The digital evidences are also being retrieved, and these are the exclusive pictures that NDTV is getting you from inside, from the top of the Al Falah hospital.
Well, JNK LG Manoj Sinha has now ordered a special probe into the Naugam blast that took place recently. At least 9 people have been killed, which also includes several cops from the JNK police. LG Sinha has also paid homage to all those who lost their lives in this explosion. The impact of the explosion was so severe that it could be heard 15 kilometers away from Naugam, is what we understand. The entire police station was reduced to a rubble. The explosion took place when the forensic team was on the site to examine the explosives, ammonium nitrate, that was recovered in the latest recovery by investigating agencies. Both JNK LG Sinha and the Chief Minister Umar Abdullah rushed to the spot after this incident. It was a Naugam police station that cracked the case of the terror outfit Jaish-e-Mohammed's posters in various locations of the area. These posters also exposed the terror module in which radicalized, highly qualified professionals were involved. The discovery led to recovery of massive explosive material and also the arrest of several terror doctors from Faridabad and other states.
Any other speculation into the cause of this incident is unnecessary. In this unfortunate incident, 9 people have lost their lives, 1 personnel of SIA, 3 personnel of the FSL team, 2 crime-fighting photographers, 2 revenue officials who were basically part of the magistrates team, 1 tailor who was associated with the team. In addition, 27 police personnel, 2 revenue officials and 3 civilians from the adjacent areas have received injuries. The injured were immediately evacuated to the nearest hospital where they are being treated as we speak. The building of the police station has been very severely damaged, and even the adjacent buildings have suffered. They have also been affected. During the investigation in FIR number 162 of the year 2025 of PS Naugam, a huge quantity of explosive substances, chemicals and reagents were also recovered from Faridabad on 9th and 10th of November 25. This recovery, like the rest of the recoveries which we have done, was transported and kept securely in the open area of Police Station Naugam. As part of the prescribed procedure, the samples of the recovery had to be forwarded for further forensic and chemical examination. On account of the voluminous nature of the recovery, this process was going on for the past 2 days, which means yesterday and day before, by the FSL team. Due to the unstable and sensitive nature of the recovery, the sampling process, the handling was being done with extreme caution, with utmost caution by the FSL team. However, unfortunately, during this course, last night around 11:20 p.m., an accidental explosion has taken place.
The cause of the accident is being investigated. However, any other speculation into the cause of these incidents are unnecessary. The government stands in solidarity with the families of the deceased in this hour of grief.
We are joined by National Conference legislator. He had been inside. आपने सिचुएशन का जायजा अंदर किया तो क्या आपने देखा?
सिचुएशन तो बहुत ग्रिम है। जो पुलिस स्टेशन है उसकी तो काफ़ी बुरी हालत है, लेकिन सबसे ज़्यादा बड़ा जो नुकसान है वो हमें सिर्फ कीमती जानें जो हैं उनका नुकसान है। उनका बहुत ज़्यादा दुख है, कीमती जानों का। कीमती 10 जानें हमने खोई है, उनका बहुत ज़्यादा दुख है।
लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर ने प्रोब ऑर्डर किया है टू फाइंड आउट कि व्हाट लेड टू एक्सीडेंटल एक्सप्लोजन। आप कैसे देखते हैं इसको?
हाँ, इसकी तो प्रोब होनी चाहिए। मैं तो पहले बोलता हूँ, पहले जो मटेरियल इन्होंने रिकवर किया उसको यहाँ क्यों डंप किया? इसको कहीं आइसोलेशन में डंप करना था, कहीं खुली जगह पे जहाँ इनके ये पूरे इंतजामात होते। और जो इसकी इंस्पेक्शन होनी चाहिए थी या सैम्पलिंग होनी चाहिए थी वो दिन के उजाले में होनी चाहिए थी, ना कि रात के उजाले में। और इसमें एक टेलर को भी इन्होंने ज़बरदस्ती रखा है उधर, जिसका जो काम कर रहा था, सीलिंग वगैरह कर रहा था, वो भी बेचारा अपना जान खो बैठा है। जो
Chief Minister Umar Abdullah
already informed.
Is he going to come out of this place?
I will check it up. मुझे अभी पता नहीं है वो कब आएंगे इंशाल्लाह, लेकिन मैंने उनको अप्राइज किया है।
वो आएंगे यहाँ।
जी जी जी।
So we had been interacting with the legislator of the National Conference. He had been inside and he assessed the situation on the ground. So the question that he's raising, that why this material, explosive material, was dumped inside the police station, because this police station is in residential area, and when the explosion took place, because of which the window pane and the glasses of many of the houses got damaged, and that led to panic. So they're saying this thing should not have happened. They should not have dumped explosive material here in this police station. They should have kept it in isolation.
After a landslide victory in Bihar, BJP-led NDA is brimming with confidence for the upcoming assembly elections in West Bengal, one of the fortresses of the opposition that the BJP has not been able to breach so far. From his Bihar victory speech, Prime Minister Modi has given a direct hint of his mission, Bengal, which is his next big challenge, saying that the river Ganga flows into Bengal from Bihar. He spoke about the NDA's trajectory and also the next possible move. On the other hand, the India bloc is in tatters after Bihar loss, and on top of that, we also know that TMC and Congress are fighting out in the open when it comes to West Bengal. According to sources inside the TMC, Mamata Banerjee's party sees no reason to engage in any seat-sharing arrangement with the Congress party specifically. It is also asserted that electoral partnership with the Congress party in West Bengal is not possible for the TMC. Meanwhile, an open war of words also broke out between the state leadership of the TMC and Congress party. TMC's Kunal Ghosh has batted for Mamata Banerjee to lead the opposition front, saying that it's only Mamata Banerjee who is capable of leading the India bloc. But the Congress party has hit back sharply at the TMC, with Suman Roy Chaudhary asserting that the Congress will go solo in West Bengal.
इंडिया अलायंस है तो कांग्रेस को तो दोबारा सोचना चाहिए, क्योंकि कांग्रेस तो कंटिन्यूअसली फेल कर रहा है। महाराष्ट्र, दिल्ली, यहाँ वहां, फिर बिहार, जहां पर कांग्रेस के ऊपर भाजपा को रोकने का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, वहां कांग्रेस फेल कर रहा है। और लगातार जो सक्सेसफुल हो रहा है वो बंगाल में ममता दीदी सक्सेसफुल हो रहा है। इंडिया लीडरशिप उसका हाथ में होना चाहिए, जो ये ट्रूथ है, ये कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट का बात नहीं है, ये पूरा साबित हो गया है कौन भाजपा को हरा सकता है, वो है ममता बनर्जी।
Of course, we will introspect. We do not need any advice from any Kunal Ghosh of any state regarding it. There are probabilities that some Trinamool Congress leaders have said that there is no question of alliance of the Congress party with the Trinamool Congress in West Bengal. I presume Trinamool has got frightened. The Indian National Congress will fight its battle alone. Any questions which arises from quote unquote sources of different regional parties and especially the Trinamool Congress of West Bengal doesn't have any meaning for the Bengal Congress.
Also, Union Minister of State and Bengal BJP leader Shukanta Majumdar has stated that the BJP is eyeing to win West Bengal election this time. Let's listen into what he said.
बंगाल की बारी है इस बार, सरकार यहाँ पे बननी है, मोदी जी की सरकार बननी है, क्योंकि हमेशा हम अंग बंग कलिंग बोलते हैं। कलिंग तो पहले ही हो गया था, इस बार अंग हो गया, रह गया बाकी बंग। बंग हो जाएगा जनता अगर चाहे तो।
Well, Bihar results have left the Congress party red-faced, and in fact, the Grand Old Party has now claimed that there is a foul play when it comes to results. With just 6 seats to its credit, to its name, the Congress has claimed that something is fishy about the results and that BJP's 90% strike rate is unbelievable. Even sources within the Congress party have claimed that the party will amplify and double down on its vote chori allegations and that the party has decided that nobody within the party is to be blamed for the loss, claiming that it's the SIR and SIR alone, apart from vote chori, that is responsible for its defeat.
अभी भी किसी भी समय के ऊपर इतना स्ट्राइक रेट 1984 के अंदर भी कांग्रेस का ये स्ट्राइक रेट नहीं था जो कि इस वक्त बिहार के अंदर बीजेपी का स्ट्राइक रेट 90% से भी ऊपर स्ट्राइक रेट, ये किसी को भी उम्मीद नहीं थी और इसमें दाल में काला नजर आता है। हम लोगों ने अलायंस पार्टनर से बात किया है और सिर्फ हमारा ही सोच नहीं, कांग्रेस पार्टी का ही नहीं, हमारे अलायंस पार्टनर्स सभी के सभी का ये मानना है कि ये अप्रत्याशित नतीजे हैं और उसको पूरी तरीके से गहन इसकी छानबीन होनी चाहिए, डेटा का एनालिसिस होना चाहिए।
The result which had come from Bihar is unbelievable for all of us. This is not only for Congress, entire Bihar people are not believing it. Our alliance parties, we discussed with all of them, they are not believing it. And I don't know, media people also, whether you believing or not. Because 90% plus strike rate for a political party, which has not happened in Indian history. Because that 90% strike rate happened there. And we are doing a thorough analysis. We are collecting the data. We are doing a thorough analysis. Within 1 or 2 weeks, we will come with the concrete proofs.
While the Congress party also held a key meeting of its leaders to analyze its loss in Bihar polls, and this meeting happened at Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. Mallikarjun Kharge is the president of the Congress party. Many leaders within the party have expressed dissent, including Congress MP Shashi Tharoor, who has been speaking against the party lines, and he has said that the Congress party needs to study as to what really went wrong on ground. Even Congress leader Mumtaz Patel has used some strong words when it comes to Congress's performance in Bihar. She has criticized her own party. She has said that the Congress's misery and rout comes from the power of those who are not connected to the ground.
It's obviously seriously disappointing, and if that turns out to be the final result, remember it is not yet the final declared result, but if it turns out to be that, then I think there will have to be some very serious introspection. And I don't just mean introspection in terms of sitting and thinking, but also studying what went wrong, what were the tactical or messaging or organizational mistakes. Our party leaders must do some very serious analysis of where things went wrong. Because,
ये हार जीत होती है, हर चुनाव में कोई जीतता है, कोई हारता है, लेकिन ये जो हार हुआ है ये मेरे जैसे छोटे सामाजिक कार्यकर्ता के समझ के बाहर की चीज़ है। इसकी गहन समीक्षा होनी चाहिए और ये मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि हम लोगों की तरफ से गड़बड़ी नहीं हुई है, गड़बड़ी हुई है। टिकट का बंटवारे का अंत तक चलना, अंतिम दिन तक सिंबल बांटना, ये सब गड़बड़ियाँ हुई हैं। ये 2-3 महीना पहले हो जाना चाहिए था। मैं लगातार सुझाव देता रहा, लेकिन उसको पर अमल नहीं किया गया। और इसके लिए कोई 2 आदमी रिस्पॉन्सिबल हैं, तो मैं हमेशा कल से ही बात कर रहा हूँ कि राष्ट्रीय जनता दल के तरफ से जो मुख्य वार्ताकार थे संजय यादव जी, इधर से जो मुख्य वार्ताकार थे वो कांग्रेस के प्रभारी कृष्णा लवरू जी, उसमें जाते थे जरूर प्रदेश अध्यक्ष भी और सीएलपी भी, लेकिन ये लोग तो अपना चुनाव लड़ने चले गए, लोग अपने चुनाव से नहीं निकल पाए। तो आला कमान निश्चित रूप से बिना मेरे कहे इसकी समीक्षा करेगा और कौन जिम्मेवार है, क्यों हम लोग नहीं हो पाए, क्योंकि उसके पहले राहुल गांधी जी आए थे और एक अच्छा नैरेटिव सेट हुआ था। 15 दिन बिहार में रहे, SIR के खिलाफ जो उनकी यात्रा थी उसको अभूतपूर्व समर्थन मिला, सफलता भी मिली उस यात्रा को, और उसमें नौकरी और पलायन जैसे बड़े मुद्दे जो बिहार के थे उसका नैरेटिव बना। लेकिन उस नैरेटिव को ले जाने की जिम्मेवारी तो हम लोगों की थी, बिहार कांग्रेस के लोगों की थी, उसको हम लोग नीचे तक नहीं ले जा पाए।
SIR की वजह से क्या क्या मैनिपुलेशन करी गई है, वोट चोरी जो है वो बिल्कुल होती है। पर जब हमें पता है कि वी आर फाइटिंग अ सिस्टम लाइक दिस जो कि इतनी ताकतवर है, जिनके पास मतलब पूरा कंट्रोल है, तो जाहिर है कहीं ना कहीं कांग्रेस पार्टी जो है उसे भी ओवर अलर्ट होना पड़ेगा।